Greetings, brothers and sisters. Yes, CNN has done it. They have exceeded my expectations. This brilliant man here, Don Lemons, I briefly turned on the news tonight. I was eating some oatmeal before bed. And I turned on the news. And this is what, here, just let's let it play.
For Biden when he was vice president. And Biden now laying the groundwork to build his incoming administration, despite the president's refusing to concede, acting like a sore loser.
Did you see that? Wait till this goes down here. Trump is a sore loser, tweeting out lies and nonsense. Trump is a sore loser.
Putting up roadblocks, tweeting lies, tweeting nonsense, tweeting misinformation.
I watched something from CNN today, and I'm putting up that video right now. It's uploading. And I couldn't put my finger on what happened. Now I know. It's like they've turned into children over there. Like something's happened. I don't know. There's a water problem. But they've become, I don't know, sixth graders? Is this what we're looking at? Trump is a sore loser, tweeting out lies and nonsense. And they put this on the, whatever they call it, the ticker down there, right? Let's watch that again.
The groundwork to build his incoming administration, despite the president's refusing to concede, acting like a sore loser, putting up roadblocks, tweeting lies, tweeting nonsense, tweeting misinformation, trying to stand in the way of Biden's successful transition to becoming the 46th president of the United States.
So maybe he's not aware of this. Maybe he's not keeping up to date on my videos. But I covered Joe Biden was asked this question, and he said nothing Trump is doing is blocking his transition team. He's already named his chief of staff. And again, this is far from over. But this guy, Trump is a sore loser, tweeting out lies and nonsense. They hit a new low. This is supposed to be a news program.
Joe Biden is the 46th president of the United States. Donald Trump is a one-term president.
Yeah, but he's not yet, because all he has is the projection, right? They have projected him as the winner. None of the elections have been certified, and there's lots of evidence out there. I've been covering it, and, I'm just, scratching the surface. I'm not doing that much in terms of research, but there's enough evidence that suggests that this thing is going to be turned around. We'll see what happens, because, a lot has to happen for something like this to be turned around. And the controllers have to sign off on it, right? Because they can just bury this anytime they want, bury the election and move on with Biden. And so we'll see what happens here. But it looks like, these guys, I think, are getting a little antsy and nervous over there because Trump's a sore loser.
He's kicked out of office. Americans voted him out, but he doesn't want to leave. He's going to have to leave. We are all about reporting on the Biden transition here as it unfolds.
No, you're not. You guys are there's going to be a void. Like, this is what's happening here. There's a void now because they might lose Trump, and, they're kicking the COVID thing back in, and, what are they going to do when Trump is gone? Like, they can't live without Trump. Everything is going to feel empty in their lives.
Get me wrong. But we also believe in facts first here. And Trump's
You mean like Trump's a sore loser? Like that kind of a fact? Or that he's tweeting out lies and nonsense? Are those the kind of facts CNN likes to report on?
Selfish, unpresidential behavior is getting in the way of the nation's choice for its future, your choice for the future of this nation. His behavior is getting in the way. He is putting up a roadblock to that. And so we have no other choice. We have to expose it here for what it is.
And, what do you think is going to happen? What is going to happen after you expose Donald Trump for what he is? What is going to happen? You think you're making a difference? You think you have influence over what's happening? I mean, I talk about that all the time. People say, why don't you cover this? Why don't you talk about this? Everyone needs to know about this. And what's going to happen after that? There's no change. Everything is going to go in a way it's supposed to go, right? Everything's like automatic now. There's no change. There's no intervention. What can your audience do that you can't do? Right? Your audience can make Trump concede? Like, what are you thinking about here?
This is nothing other than a plot to cheat democracy. Fact number one, okay? Joe Biden has widened his lead over Trump in the popular vote by more than 5 million ballots.
And none of those are fake. The thing is, that means nothing because the popular vote means nothing. And so, yeah, he wants to talk about it, but it means nothing.
In the popular vote, he's way more popular than Trump.
Yeah, and we're all in high school. Joe Biden's going to be prom king or something like that. And Trump's not. So stop it. Stop it, Trump. You're not going to be prom king. You're a sore loser, Trump. Here it is. Biden's lead in the popular vote now more than 5 million. Everything they say he puts underneath like it's breaking news.
You don't live life secondhand. You go out into the world and take hold of every passing moment.
Has ever been or will ever be. Biden has tallied up more than 77 million votes. That's more than any presidential candidate in American history. Can you imagine?
That means he's the best president because he's got more votes than George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, and all the other famous presidents. He's got more.
How the man who is obsessed with ratings and numbers, how that feels? That he's no longer the best. He's not at the top. He doesn't have the biggest numbers.
He's got the biggest hands, though.
5 million more votes, popular votes, in this country where people don't even vote in the numbers they're supposed to. 5 million more people showed up in a pandemic and voted for Joe Biden.
Do another 10 minutes on this 5 million vote thing. It's fascinating. Let's go back to the sore loser part, though, because I think you're losing track of your important points.
Not Donald Trump.
Not Donald Trump. He didn't do it. Alec Baldwin, where are you? Donald Trump didn't do it. It was Joe Biden. 5 million extra votes. Now Trump is a sore loser.
Joe Biden is already projected to be the winner in more than enough states for an electoral college victory.
Projected. That means the media's called it. This has not been, it's not a legal victory yet. Again, projected. Like you've lost sight of what that means. I'm glad he said it, but he doesn't know what it means.
And leads in enough states to equal the president's 2016 electoral vote margin, which he has spent the last 4 years calling a landslide. That's his words, so now his words are coming back. So if Joe Biden wins by close to the number that Trump won by in 16, according to Donald Trump, it's a landslide. How does that feel?
This is so sad, right? He thinks he's laying it on Trump here with this sore loser talk. And, hey, you called it a landslide, now the landslides come back at you. Like this is, like, he's somehow getting them, and with his tremendous wit, his barbs, and
World leaders know that. More and more are reaching out to offer their congratulations to Biden's victory. Britain's Prime Minister Boris Johnson talking in the House of Commons about the incoming president. And notice how he refers to President Trump. Listen to this.
I had and have a good relationship with the previous president. I do not resolve from that. This is the duty of all British Prime Ministers to have a good relationship with the White House. But I'm delighted to find the many areas in which the incoming Biden-Harris administration is able to make common cause with us.
Curious that 3 particular world leaders have yet to acknowledge Biden's election.
who are they? Who is it? Tell me who it is. The whispering is getting to me.
Russia's Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping of China, and Kim Jong-un of North Korea. Wonder why?
I wonder want to know. Are they sore losers too?
We did finally see President Trump today, his first public appearance in 6 days. We saw it, Chris showed it just moments ago, marking Veterans Day at Arlington National Cemetery. At the same time, the president-elect was attending a ceremony in Philadelphia. Other than
Where he stole the election from. The election-stealing capital of the world.
Other than that, Trump's been mostly invisible. Remember, he was hiding in a basement. Remember those? Hiding in a basement. Where's he been?
Trump's mostly invisible, huddling with advisors to plot path forward, using baseless claims of voter fraud.
He's been trying to figure out, obviously, how to cling to power. Listen to Kayleigh McEnany, who is now Trump's White House press secretary, and how she talked about this kind of thing when the tables were turned.
The whole world thinks I did this. I had an affair.
You have people out there calling for recounts that are unsubstantiated based on no evidence. This was a legitimate election, and no one should question the fact that Donald Trump is the president-elect.
God, look how much we have aged. That was
Yes, we've aged so much. Well, she has.
on this show. No one should question that. But now, you know. And no one did then. No one did. People didn't like it. There were some people out there saying, not my president. But it wasn't Barack Obama who was refusing to concede. Hillary Clinton even conceded.
Even Hillary conceded. Like, she would never concede anything, but she did. And Barack Obama conceded, even though, you know, he had his second term and he had to leave anyway. He conceded. They all conceded. They're the party of conceding. All the Democrats conceded. Kennedy came out of his grave and conceded.
I shouldn't say Barack Obama conceding, but welcoming him into the White House.
It's too late. We already crapped on you for that. No takesy backsies. No sore losers.
Doing a proper transition. Hillary Clinton even conceded. He'd already been to the White House by now. Graciously hosted by the Obamas. One source telling my colleague Gloria Borger what President Trump really cares about, besides power, well, money, right? And it's not the GOP enablers and their future. He's trying to figure out how he can commercialize, monetize, this is the truth, monetize this situation.
It's the truth. They believe in facts at CNN. Most trusted news network. He knows it's the truth. It's the truth. Donald Trump's a sore loser. That's the truth. He's spreading lies and misinformation and nonsense. Nonsense, I tells you. You know, they've age regressed. Internally, they've age regressed at CNN. Tune it in. I tune into it. Fox News is having an identity crisis since they bailed on Trump and are hemorrhaging their viewers. But CNN and MSNBC, it's like they've lost their compass with Trump. And now they're just like age regressing. They're all 13-year-old kids over there. And don't get me wrong, I love it. Keep it coming. I could do this all day. Only spirituality will save this world, Don Lemons. It's Paul Romano, definitely reporting from the Apocalypse. Everyone have a blessed day and be grateful.